My name is Linda Avery-Patz, and the purpose of this is to inform, and my topic is how I became what I am and my next path. I have been married to 27 years to Charles Patz. We have 2 children, Derek and Jordan, as well as 3 cats and a dog. My mother Lois, who suffers from a traumatic brain injury, and my brother, who is developmentally disabled, also live with us. I wear many hats in my chosen career. I am currently working at WITC as the paramedic specialist there. To continue to grow and to give my students what they need to excel in my program, I am also getting my UW Stout degree and trying to work and continue to grow as well. I truly believe that to effectively teach paramedics and the emergency medicine business itself, I must be out in the field actively facing whatever challenges and stresses that they face. I actually started working when I was 11 years old. I worked for a friend of my father's, and he was a first responder. That got me the first taste of emergency medicine. I was paid cash, and the money, we came from a poor family, so the money really helped me at the time. It was only a few hours a week, but I learned what was expected from an employee. I watched others and developed my own work ethic. After this, in high school, I was with a program for underprivileged children that helped them enter the workforce. I believe they nurtured my professionalism in attitudes and in working habits. Plus, I was a teenager and I was paid for this, so I saw something tangible for what I was doing, and that was extremely important. Up next was a few years as a waitress. It was barely enough to cover college costs, but what I learned was priceless. The nonverbal cues of my customers, what they needed, what they wanted to make their time important, I learned and continued to use as I went on in emergency medicine. Communication truly is something that you learn and you get better at with more practice. And what better practice than dealing with people every day when they want something out of you? Customer service is a technique. It's the same in whatever role we choose, whether it's emergency medicine, paramedic, or waitress. After that, I worked at the Convalescent Center, which is a 95-bed nursing home. There I developed good interpersonal skills. I learned to take orders. I realized that it's not just about me. In fact, it's not about me at all. It's about them. We saw people at their best, their worst, when they were hostile, when they were happy, when they were sad, and we learned to be a good listener. We, as a team, I worked with a team of a couple of different CNAs, we learned what it takes to be the best for our patients. I was able to transition from that into emergency medicine. The patient care aspect of it is truly what I wanted. So I started my role as EMT at the Luther Hospital Trauma Center. The communication skills I learned there were even more important. Life and death, challenging situations, all of that excitement, but the stresses and the sadness as well. I learned that I could remain calm in emergency situations and in tough situations, and I was a strong patient advocate. I knew then what I really wanted to become. My family helped me achieve this goal. I was working full-time nights at Luther. I was going to college for a paramedic full-time days, and I still had that family and extended family I told you about earlier. But I made it. I was finally able to start my job as a paramedic at Lakeview Medical Center in Rice Lake. There I grew, I worked hard, I became Chief Field Training Officer, I created curriculum, created the orientation for all the new employees, evaluated them, and measured their accomplishments. I participated in writing ambulance protocols, policy updates, and things like that. To add on to this growing resume, I also accepted a position at my local ambulance service as director. Chautauqua Ambulance Service had asked me to take over their leadership role, and I gladly accepted, hoping I could do everything I could for them. I'm still currently in that role. I also began teaching at that point. Whenever I could fit classes in, I was there. I started teaching EMS classes, first responder, basic, working my way up to paramedic. I really wanted to teach those doing what I was doing. Eventually, with a lot of hard work and a lot of time, I entered the current role I'm at. I was hired full-time as WITC paramedic specialist, which includes a role both as manager of all of those advanced programs, plus, more importantly, teaching the students. I strive to maintain all of the different roles that I have. I continue to participate in all scheduled in services, graduation ceremonies, anything I can do to be better for my students and be better prepared to continue to teach the new students. I want my students to know that I'm there for them, I'm there for their academic career, and to help promote the leadership skills they're going to need to be out doing what I still currently do. My next path, my continuing path, is a role of lifelong student. I want to move in the direction of obtaining a 4-year degree. UW Stout is what's helping me with that, and become a dedicated learner, an active and effective communicator. I will continue to learn and grow and hope that I instill all of these qualities on my students as well. They learn by example. I want to make sure I'm up to date on all of my material. I believe that continuous learning is an attitude and a set of behaviors that allows us to succeed in an ever-changing environment. And it is the best lever we have to turn our students into the leaders of tomorrow. Change requires learning, and conversely, there is no learning without change. Thank you for listening. I hope that I have shown that I do have some ways to grow, but I'm going to continue to grow and learn, and thank you for being there.